Join me for a solo day out in Tokyo. We'll make some new friends, go to a cozy cafe, see a lot of cute stuff, and this isn't Harajuku or Character Street, and do the scariest skywalk window I've been on. I'd imagined having a leisurely morning, doing whatever I want, but there's something I want to catch, so I ended up racing across Tokyo without any breakfast to make it in time. Good morning! Today it's my solo day out in Tokyo because Phil and my friends are at Tokyo Game Show. That's the reason we're in Tokyo this time. They're at the show today, so I'm off to Gotokuji Temple, which is the Lucky Cat Temple. You can walk there from Gotokuji Station, but there's a more kawaii way to arrive. I'm trying to catch the cat tram. I found a timetable online, but I only just realised it's for departures from Sangenjaya, not from Gotokuji, so they only show you the times for the cat tram going the other way. So I've been trying to work out where it's going to be, but the times don't quite line up with what's on the Navitime app. So I've got the tram from Gotokuji to Misa Osaka, the station for Gotokuji. I think the cat tram might be going past the other way, so I'm just going to wait here for a bit and see if it goes past. I'm not going to waste too much time, but we'll see if we can get it. This is the timetable for the cat tram departing Sangenjaya. It departed at 9:12 and then it next goes past at 9:57, but that doesn't line up with what's on Japan Travel by Navitime, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is. Not every tram is a cat tram, and if you are trying to catch it, it's probably best not to just wait here, because today there's this massive gap with no cat trams, so you could be waiting for a long time. I really thought that was going to be the one. It takes 10 minutes for the cat tram to get from Sangenjaya to here, so if it did leave at 9:57, it would have been that one. I'll just wait for the next one, maybe it'll be that. There's someone else down there who's also not getting on any trams, so I think they might be waiting for the cat tram too. I'm going to give up on the cat tram. I can't sit here all day, and today there's no more cat trams till 5 p.m, so if you are going to try and catch it, check that schedule. I'm not sure if it's accurate, because I think I would have seen that 9:57 cat tram go past. I promise you, the cat tram does exist. I talked to a couple who were also waiting, who said they'd seen it running earlier. It's super cute, with paw prints on the floor and cat-shaped handles inside. Maybe next time I'll catch you, cat tram. There's this old tram carriage here. It looks like you can go in. So this is inside the old tram car. It's cool that anyone could just go in this. This wasn't a cat tram either. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so now it's time to hit Family Mart. Oh look, there's cats up here on this sign. So we're at Miyanosaka and Gotokuji is over here. I'm going to head down to the park to have my breakfast. This is the castle park that's just next to Gotokuji. I've got the classic egg mayo sando and a matcha green tea latte. It's pretty good. This looks like the entrance to Gotokuji. It looks bigger than I expected. There's all pine trees running up to the entrance and some dragons up there. All this time I've been saying temple, it says it's actually a shrine. Oops, it is a temple. I don't know why it says shrine. Reception time, are these the opening times? I didn't realise it had closing times or it was closed for lunch. Maybe that's just the shop. Oh, these are maple trees. They look really pretty in the autumn. There's lots of trees here, it's very natural looking. And there's the pagoda. Oh, this is for burning incense. Incense is supposed to purify you. This is actually a lovely place. Here's all the emma for writing your wishes on. This must be for Year of the Snake, for lucky cats and a snake. You can buy these at the shrine shop if you want to write one. There's even a lucky cat on the pagoda and the 12 animals of the zodiac. That must be the goshuin you can get here.
And little good luck charms. There's a tiny cat one.
In Japan, the paw up gesture means come here. So the cats aren't waving, they're inviting good fortune in. White lucky cats are for happiness and purity.
Here's a plan of the temple showing where the lucky cats are. They're at the dedication site off to the left.
This temple's part of the legend of how lucky cats were invented. A rich man was caught in a storm. He hid under a tree, then spotted a cat beckoning him into a temple to take shelter. Just after he went in, the tree he'd been hiding under was struck by lightning, so the cat saved his life. The man bought the temple and put up cat statues in their honour, and that temple is Gotokuji Temple.
Look at these tiny ones.
The more you look at the cats, the more you start spotting little details.
There's one that's different. Someone must have brought their own. One with a little hat on. It's a Hello Kitty Omamori. Someone must have brought this hammer bead cat. Oh no, there's one that's broken at the back. That's not good luck. I like the tiny ones. I'm so scared of knocking these cats over with my backpack. I wonder how often they replace all these. There's some with a bit of dirt on them. Most of them are quite clean, like they're quite new. Oh, there's some more around the corner. Look at these little guys. When you have tiny friends. I don't know if that's the type of bird you can hear. Such a strange sound. Here's the omikuji, the fortunes that you can tie on here to get rid of your bad luck. There's cats up there too, of course. Oh, Senjafuda. That must be the shrine shop over there. They must sell a lot of lucky cats. They're so cute. The opening times are for the shop, not the whole temple. Here's the prices for the lucky cats and the charms. 3,000 yen for the biggest one and 500 yen for the smallest one. Oh no, there's an even bigger one, 7,000 yen. It says it's one cat per person, so they don't run out. You can get fans for 3,000 yen. There's bags. There's the cat tram. We've got a map of the shopping street here. You can get a lucky cat kind of taiyaki at Rere-san and lucky cat dorayaki at Mahorodo Sugetsu. Oh, there's cat branded sausage at Gotokuji Kishineko. Oh, and they've got a mascot. So many people are buying lucky cats and they are pretty adorable.
It's lovely how the temple's surrounded by greenery, and although the shop and the cat section were busy, overall it was quiet and peaceful, especially when you compare this to the experience of being at Sensoji in Asakusa. It's so much calmer.
Okay, Instagram versus reality. The lucky cat section is quite small. There's that first section and then there's some more when you go around the corner. So if you're expecting lucky cat world with lucky cats everywhere, you might be disappointed, but it is charming and really lovely to see all the cats. So if you think this is something you would enjoy, I definitely still recommend coming. And the temple itself is really lovely with all the greenery and the trees. It's in a really nice setting. I'm not quite sure about people posing in front of the cats and taking all their Instagram photos when it is a religious place, but I guess they are getting a lot of donations from all the people buying cats. So I don't know, it is a lovely place to visit.
Even the vending machines have lucky cats on. I love how they've really embraced it.
Right, now I'm going to make my way to the shopping street and we'll see if we can find some of those lucky cat treats. It is so hot today. It's towards the end of September and the sun is really strong. It's about 28 degrees C. Can you see the level crossing? That's where the tram station is, so it's really not far to Gotokuji. And if you want to go to the park for a sit down, that's just past the temple.
Ooh, look how sparkly this truck is. We're taking a detour towards the shopping street. Most people seem to be coming in from a different route, I think from Gotokuji station instead of taking the tram. I couldn't leave without trying some lucky cat treats, so I headed to this cute cafe by the tram tracks. I was the only person there.
Here's my lucky cat dorayaki and a cold matcha. I love this cat plate, it's so cute. This plate's even cuter than I thought. Adorable.
What is it about level crossings that makes you feel like you're in an anime? This area was more peaceful than the main shopping street that we'll see in a minute, and we're about to go somewhere much more busy.
You can get a Lucky Cat sponge and there's all the flavours of Lucky Cat cakes. Oh, it's one long cat going all the way around the lamppost. There's a lot of cute little shops around here. A giant tooth outside the dental clinic. Oh, look at the cute mascots up there. Is that for a dental office? Before getting lunch, I'm heading to Shinjuku where there's a new spot to get cute stuff. Shinjuku is the busiest station in the world. While I was in there, a woman came up to me asking, how do I get out? Getting lost is all part of the experience, but just keep following the signs and you'll be okay. I've come to Shinjuku to have a look around the new Kiddyland store in Shinjuku and see how it compares to the one in Harajuku. If you take the east exit of Shinjuku station and keep going forwards past the giant 3D cat billboard, it's down that street. Oh, the cat's not there at the moment. Kiddyland is a shop with lots of cute stuff and official character goods. They've got all sorts of different characters in one shop. If you like cute stuff, you should definitely go. There it is. See the Kiddyland sign on the second floor. I'm not sure how many floors it is. I don't think it's this whole building. Oh, it says Kiddyland is floors 1 to 4. Looks like they're still building this floor. Looks like it's not quite finished yet. It's open 10:30 till 8:30. Here's Chiikawa Land. This is a really big mural. It actually seems quite empty at the moment. I don't know if they've completely finished this off before it opened. But this shop is really nicely decorated, even if the shelves are a little empty. Please make payment at each floor. Chiikawa is so popular in Japan at the moment. Well, these plushies are limited to 1 item per person. That's how popular they are. It does seem like there's quite a lot of empty shelves. Oh, it's not all Chiikawa Land. There's Koppen-chan down there and Mofu-san. Stickers. This is a lot more spacious than Kiddyland in Harajuku. Oh, there's the Chiikawa Converse. They're really cool. And a picture by the artist of Chiikawa. There's a lot of plushies. Tamago Nigiri Chiikawa. This is quite a spacious store. I like this one. Nyan Burgers. I've got some gachapon here. Disney Villains cupcakes. These are the ones you can get. Oh, look at the Akabeko. The Sanrio clocks are cute. So it looks like on this floor we've got Sanrio, B-side label, Monchichi. Look at all these plushies. So much cute. And there's a pretty good selection of characters here. Gaoparu. There's a Gudetama, Kurumi-chan, Usahana. They seem to be getting more products these days. What is this? It says it's the Hello Kitty Black Angel collection. Is that a collab or just a design? There's a whole display for Hanamaru Obake, a sweet reward for your hard work today. These are cute. I don't like wearing thin socks like this though. 660 yen. The cutest scissors or the hair clips. I don't know what this music is. It's like a version of Amazing Grace. I don't look at these fluffy scrunchies and a big fluffy clip. 1,793 yen. We've got a little section for Opancho Usagi, I think. And they're in with B-side label, the sticker shop. I really like this shop. They've got such good designs. Well, they've got all their Pokemon stickers here. Gotta love a bit of rectilinear. Now it's a cover of Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. What is with this soundtrack? Koji's one that's popular in Japan but hasn't really made it abroad. Oh, I love the Tamagotchi characters. They're so cute. Oh, there's a little stamp. There's a little bit of Studio Ghibli. These are so fluffy. Oh, and quite firm. What a mood. Oh, it's a beanbag. Oh, these are cute. This Nandemo Ikimono Ningen, Everyone Has a Face, is by the same designer as Sumiko Garashi. Oh, they got some crab stuff. This is really cute. It's a snap bracelet. There's a crab one too. This floor seems to be more of a mixture of things. We've got Winnie the Pooh, Toy Story, some more Disney stuff. Here's Monchichi. There's a little crane game there. Kirby. There's quite a lot of Kirby stuff here. There's a Pokemon section with lots of plushies. Here's some Pokemon Nano Blocks. Oh, movable parts allow for posing. Wow. They are about 4,000 or 5,000 yen. I think these are squishies and not actual cakes. Yeah, that's not bread. Look at this big squishy cheesecake. And there's Sylvanian families, which I always forget are from Japan. Look at the little fairies. And we've got some cute accessories. These are 800 yen for the scrunchies, 600 yen. Here's one for Halloween. It's like the accessories for a magical girl.
Now I'm just looking at all the things I wish I'd bought. I don't really buy that much. Mostly I'm happy just looking at everything. Does anyone else find that when you're in Japan, there's so much cute stuff that it gets kind of overwhelming and you forget how boring things are in the shops back home?
There's some re-ment here. These are sets where you get lots of tiny, tiny bits. Evening drinks, that's what we do in the evening. There's even a lemon chuhai and a Sapporo. That's our style. This is what you get inside. These bits are tiny. There's a bit of Tomica model cars and Godzilla. These are the kits that you can make. Some little Matsuri stalls. This store really is quite empty actually. Here's floor 4, the top floor. Sumiko Garashi and Rilakuma. There's some Snoopy Halloween stuff out. It's the end of September at the moment. There's quite a lot of Snoopy stuff. This whole side was Snoopy. Now we're into Rilakuma. It's a Rilakuma Kitsune. Have you seen these donuts in Japan? They're called Ponda Ring. Oh, it's a Rilakuma and Mr. Donut collab. It all makes sense. These sticker flakes are cute. You get 50 stickers. 495 yen. Here's Sumiko Garashi. I love all these tiny plushies. Are they Frankenstein? Frankenstein's monster. Oh, it's their Halloween range. They're a kawaii witch. Oh, these are special products that are only available at the Shinjuku store. Extra special. So this whole section at the end is the Miffy shop. Oh, there's even jewellery. Wow. There's Miffy having a wedding in Japan and Miffy Daruma. So that was Kiddyland in Shinjuku. It's really hard to say how the size of the shop compares to Kiddyland in Harajuku because this has much larger floors and 4 floors, well 3 really. And Kiddyland in Harajuku has slightly smaller floors but lots of them. If there's a particular character you really like and they have a shop in Character Street, the stores there have more from each character apart from maybe Snoopy who had quite a large section here. And I don't think they're in Character Street. The shop is actually pretty spacious though, so if you find the Harajuku store too hectic and stressful because it does get very busy and crowded in there, this would be a much better one to visit. I'm not sure when this opened exactly. It was definitely earlier this year, so maybe not many people know about it yet, and that's why there aren't that many people here. It was just that first section that was still a bit empty. Oh, we're at the bottom. The other floors were fully stocked and good to go, so it looks like they're just finishing off the first floor.
For lunch, I popped into Hanamaru Udon, a cheap udon chain for Kamatama Udon, I love that name, which is udon with raw egg and soy sauce. It's a real comfort dish. This is just the small size. I got veggie tempura on the side, which I wasn't a big fan of. It was a bit greasy. This one's apple juice. I think it's supposed to be a kid's drink, but still pretty cute. Now I'm taking the metro over to Tokyo Tower where I need to do some filming.
I'm at Akabanebashi metro station and there's a stamp. It's tricky to do this with one hand. Oh, it's a heavy one. As I thought, it's got Tokyo Tower on it. I've just come up from the metro and here's a sign to Tokyo Tower. It says take the Akabanebashi exit. This way, yellow signs are always to exits. Oh wow, doesn't the metro map look confusing there?
Tokyo Tower is kind of in the middle of several subway stations, so it's just a short walk to get to it.
Wow, there's a fantastic view of Tokyo Tower from here. I think you can see it better from a bit further away. When you come out the metro station, there's not too much in this area. There's big roads, not really any shops, and that is it's a park with a shrine inside. It's easy to see which way to go when you can see Tokyo Tower. Look at this mini shrine just by the side of the road. It's tiny. I like the fox statues. I just turned a corner and wow, there it is. Such an angle. That looks really imposing from this side. And it looks a lot bigger in real life than it does on the video, I think. Oh, that's nice. On the temple it says, never be shy about doing good. Here's your contrast, old and new Tokyo. And I still haven't decided if I'm gonna take the steps up or not yet. You get a certificate if you do, but it is extremely hot today. It's 28 degrees and quite humid. I am sweating quite a lot already. Oh, I've come in the back way. You are here. Here's the main entrance. Foot town. Town for feet. Here's the distance to all the different subway stations and the JR line station. It does look like a lot of stairs. I just saw someone coming down, but I can't see anyone going up the stairs. Here are the ticket prices, if you can see that with reflections. I don't know what the Maple Lounge is. There's a diamond tour for 7,000 yen. The main deck is 150 meters high and the top deck's 250 meters high. At the moment it's open 9 till 11 or 9 till 10:45 for the top deck. When you go in, here's the mascot here to greet us. Hello. When you first go in, it's a shopping mall and there's a food court with moss burger, some pasta things. Oh look, plant-based tonkotsu ramen. Here's where to get tickets. This is quite a grand entranceway. Here's the Tokyo Diamond Tour. You get access to a lounge. It looks very fancy. There's the Diamond Lane over there. I didn't know there was a stamp rally of all the towers around Japan. The Kobe Tower, the Fukuoka Tower, I've been up that one. Here's my ticket. I'm doing the main deck and the top deck. Entry to the top deck is timed, so I have to go up between 4 and 4:15. It's 4:45 now, so I guess I don't have time to go up all those stairs. I won't be able to do that in 15 minutes. What a shame. I did kind of want the challenge though. Maybe I would have done it if it wasn't so hot. There's a little exhibition to go through first. This was when they were assembling the antenna in Gotokuji Temple. This is back in 1957. The view was so different then. Where are all the high-rise buildings? Oh, is this a little model of what it was like back then? So different. This was in 1970. I would have said it was the 50s. But yeah, 1970. It's the Tokyo monorail near Tomachi Station. So that was running back then. It says it took a year and a half to build and it opened in 1958.
I liked how this introduction gives you a sense of Tokyo Tower's history, which is something the other observation decks don't really have.
Here we are, we're at the top of all the skyscrapers. This already looks higher than I thought it would be, and it's more modern than I thought. Oh, you can see the river there. It feels like we're higher up than I expected, although you can't really see from that far. Oh, there's a sky tree over there. Oh, that's cool. You can see the Rainbow Bridge here and the Fuji TV building over in Odaiba. There's a lot of cool buildings in Odaiba. That must be Zojoji down there.
I'm here filming for my video comparing the observation decks in Tokyo because there are lots of them to help you decide which to go to. If you want to watch it, it's out now.
There's a skywalk window. We'll come back to that. I want to make sure I don't miss my slot for the top deck. There is a school group up here at the moment, but I'm surprised it's not busier actually. It's 4 p.m. on a Thursday at the moment. Even the observation deck in Ikebukuro was a lot more busy than this, although that was at the weekend. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but it looks a little bit like the shadow of Mount Fuji in that direction. Is that the right direction? Odaiba is over there. And I think in the sky I can see a faint line going up. Maybe it's just mountains in general. There's a little shrine up here. The shrine watches over our safety. Oh, and you can get goshu in. And look, the special Emma for writing wishes on. There's ones that are Tokyo Tower shape. Look, you can see a plane coming into Haneda Airport. We're about to go up to the top deck. It's very dark in this waiting area. I didn't realise we get a welcome drink for going up to the top deck. They just took our photos when we came up to the top deck. It's a bit embarrassing getting a souvenir photo when you're on your own. It's my solo day out today while it feels like a Tokyo game show.
We arrived at the top deck. 素敵なひとときをお過ごしください.
My ears popped as we came out the lift. That lift seemed like it was going up a really long way. It was good, you could see out the windows, and then we just kept going up and up and up. There was someone in the lift who was really scared of heights and they were like crouched looking at the wall. They didn't want to look out. I'm wondering why they got the top deck ticket. It's very fancy up here and all diamond style. Got to be careful with these mirrors so I don't walk into something. I really like seeing the planes from up here. I don't remember seeing that from the other observation decks. I like the view out this side of the Rainbow Bridge and Odaiba. Mount Fuji is this way. Is this the same way I was looking earlier? I really like seeing the birds going past as well. Oh, there's a plane, an ANA plane. That's who we flew with this time. I wonder if that's Ikebukuro over there, those skyscrapers. There's Azabudai Hills in Roppongi. That one is taller than us. It is pretty in the sunshine with all this haze, but I guess that's why we can't see Fuji very well. I wonder what this building is down here. It's an unusual shape. Oh, you can see a bit of the reflection of Tokyo Tower in the Azabudai Hills Tower. That's where Team Lab Borderless is. There is a bit less space up on this top level. It's funny seeing those old pictures and seeing how Tokyo Tower used to tower above Tokyo, just like the Skytree does now, before there were as many skyscrapers. I don't know if it's me, but it feels like this is moving slightly. I don't know if it's because we're so high up. There's a little tiny bit of wobble, just very slightly. And then my mind thinks, what if there was an earthquake? There is definitely a difference between the two levels. Here you really are looking down on everything and you can see quite a long way, whereas on the level below you're about the height of the nearest skyscrapers. It is less spacious on this top deck though. Most people are crowded around the side where you can see Mount Fuji. I'm really glad I caught that moment when the sun came out through the haze and it looked like Tokyo was glittering. That was so pretty.
Hoisting alive at the main deck, which is 150 meters high.
It feels like we're really low down back on the main deck now, but it is nice and spacious down here and I like how it feels quite modern. Even though it's through glass as we're indoors, this is a very clear view, very tall windows, and it goes down to the ground as well. These are the omamori, the good luck charms you can get from Tokyo Tower. Now I think I saw a stamp earlier, I'm going to try and find it. See, from this level we're looking up at the main tower of Azabudai Hills, but there's still a lot of buildings we're looking down on. I almost didn't get the ticket for the top deck because it is quite a bit more expensive, but I think it was definitely worth it. I'm glad I did it. It's so much less busy than I expected. When it's this quiet, it's really easy to get a window to yourself. You can get a commemorative stamp medal. Is that a bit like a pressed penny? I think you're just buying them rather than pressing your money. Oh no, the stamp is closed. So the stamp's out of order. And if you send a letter here, you can get a special postmark. There's a shop here with lots of souvenirs. Tokyo Tower full of sweets, a plushy Tokyo Tower. You can get a Tokyo Tower water bottle. Oh, and they've got Fuji soda there. So it looks like if I go down to the lower part of the main deck, that's where the skywalk window is. Let's go down. That's actually a lot scarier than the Skytree glass floor. I think because the Skytree one has a double layer of glass. It's not as clear as this. It's not as clean either. That is so, it looks like it couldn't be there. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. If you're scared of heights, you would hate this. It really looks like a hole in the floor. For some reason, there's this seating area with a big J-pop video. Oh, this might be the staff's J-pop group. Glow of Tokyo, Tokyo Tower's attendance group. Does your workplace have an idol group? Should Cakes with Faces have an idol group? There's another glass floor here. It is a bit scary actually. It's a really strange angle. Whoa. Oh, there is a cafe here. You can get ice cream, beers, drinks, soft drinks and alcohol. Oh, they've got creamier ice cream or cremia. That is really nice. Piece of Tokyo Tower. It's a little art exhibition. It looks like pictures of Tokyo Tower in ukiyo-e woodblock print style. I always love the colours of the sunsets in these styles of pictures. There's the stairs. Maybe next time if it's not so hot. Artistic shots of all the metalwork. Honestly, I think some of the stuff in the shopping mall here is a little bit tacky, but the food court looks all right. There's also Red Tokyo Tower, which is a VR games centre. You pay to get into that separately, and there's all sorts of games you can play. What? Look at this view from just outside. Such a weird angle. Ooh, what is this garden over here? That looks interesting. It looks very lush. Although the grass is fake. I just met someone who watches my videos. That was nice. Always come and say hello if you see us in Japan. It always makes my day. That was a lot better than I expected. I thought Tokyo Tower was going to be more of a retro experience, a bit like the observation deck we went up in Shinsekai in Osaka, but this felt really modern. The view was really clear. I'm glad I upgraded to the top deck It does cost quite a lot more, but you are quite a lot higher, so you can see further. So even though I think it is a bit much, I'm glad I did upgrade. And you can get a small discount on some of the tickets if you book them online in advance. And I love those pictures of when Tokyo Tower was towering above the whole of Tokyo. It would be interesting to see a time lapse of all the skyscrapers growing up around it as it gets buried. Obviously they can't do that. Now Tokyo Tower is right next to Gotokuji Temple. So I'm just going to take a walk through the park here. Can you hear all the cicadas? They're so loud.
I did a little photo shoot with my Japan trip planning deck and Tokyo Tower in situ.
While you're at Tokyo Tower, remember to come along to Gotokuji Temple, which is just next door, and you can get some great photos of old and new Tokyo. There's quite a lot of people here getting that perfect picture. I like how Tokyo Tower looks like it's glowing now the lights are coming on and it's just starting to get dark.
It's interesting that last time I took this picture, it was before Azabudai Hills was built, so there were fewer skyscrapers in the background. And I like to think I've got a bit better at taking pictures now. So that's it for my solo day in Tokyo. It's time to take the metro and meet Phil and my friends for the evening. I hope you enjoyed spending this day with me, seeing all the lucky cats, enjoying a cute cafe, exploring Kiddyland Shinjuku, and taking in the views at Tokyo Tower. I'll see you next week with new Japan videos every Thursday.